Hey everyone! The UFC 309 event just wrapped up, and Jon Jones has scored an incredible victory over Stipe Miocic, winning by TKO and successfully defending his heavyweight title. In today's video, we'll discuss the results of UFC 309, as well as what's next for Jon Jones. There's a lot of talk about whether Jon Jones will fight Tom Aspinall or Alex Pereira next. Will he avoid Tom Aspinall? I'll cover all of that, along with a breakdown of the UFC 309 results. But before we dive in, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more UFC and combat sports content. First, let's talk about the other card results. Marusi and Rafi both secured victories, while the Bo Nickal vs Paul Craig fight sparked some controversy. Many feel Paul Craig made a solid attempt, but the fight mostly stayed on the feet with both fighters exchanging strikes. What surprised me was that Bo Nickal, a well-known wrestler, didn't attempt a single takedown, which is unusual for someone of his skill set. Although I won't comment on the decision, the fact that all three judges scored it 30-27 in favor of Bo Nickal felt odd to me. Personally, I thought Paul Craig won the first round with his solid striking.
Now, moving on to the co-main event, as expected, it was intense. The first round was a bit slow as both fighters were feeling each other out, but it was a 5-round fight, and both fighters picked up the pace as it went on. Charles Oliveira and Michael Chandler delivered an entertaining battle. The fight at Madison Square Garden showed how wild and aggressive both were, especially in the later rounds. Chandler, knowing he was likely losing, became more dangerous in the 4th and 5th rounds, causing Oliveira some serious problems. There were some complaints about Chandler using back-of-the-head strikes and grabbing Oliveira's gloves, but overall, it was a highly entertaining fight, even though Chandler didn't win.
After the fight, Chandler called out Max Holloway for the BMF title and even mentioned fighting Conor McGregor. Meanwhile, Charles Oliveira has requested a front-row seat for the upcoming Islam Makhachev vs Arman Tsarukyan fight, wanting to be in the mix for the title picture. Now, let's talk about the main event, Jon Jones vs Stipe Miocic. Jon Jones put on an absolutely dominant display, especially considering how long he had been out of action. There were doubts about whether he'd return to his best form, but UFC fully backed him, and he delivered. In the first round, Miocic absorbed a lot of damage, but he managed to survive. However, in the second round, his performance slowed down, and Jon Jones capitalized on his ground and pound. By the third round, Miocic took even more damage, and his age seemed to be a factor. After landing a spinning back fist, Miocic appeared to injure his ribs, which led to him falling to the ground, where Jon Jones finished the fight with a TKO, a truly phenomenal victory. Some people are trying to discredit Jon Jones' win, saying things like, Miocic is 42, he's a firefighter, and so on. But what they don't realize is the level of fighter Miocic is and how much damage he can absorb. Jon Jones has a unique way of breaking opponents mentally and physically, and he did just that in this fight. People said similar things about his win over Cyril Gane, calling it easy, and now they're saying the same about Miocic. But Jon Jones' victory here should not be undermined. As for who Jon Jones will fight next, during the post-fight press conference, he didn't confirm anything, but he did say he's in talks with Dana White and Hunter Campbell. There's speculation that he could face either Alex Pereira or Tom Aspinall. I believe negotiations are currently underway for Jon Jones to fight Aspinall, and I can see why. Aspinall is a dangerous, hungry contender, and Jon Jones is asking for a big payday for this fight. This is a fight that has the potential to happen.